All right, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and this is Smell Goods. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for just a few moments as we cover some more stuff in the world of fragrance, especially this list that I've got for you today. We got Valentine's Day coming up, and so it's an opportunity, of course, that if you got your boo, this is an opportunity to really make your boo well known that that's your boo and to take care of that special person. If you don't, this might be the time to maybe find someone. Maybe wait until after, that way it doesn't get too awkward. But either way, you may want something that, as far as fragrances, something that might work well for that time frame as far as Valentine's Day, whether you do it on the day of or the day after, the day before, or if you just wait and like, look, we'll do it sometime in February. All right. So what I wanted to do, probably have a list coming of like really strong date night fragrances, but I wanted to do something that was a little different, but still in that vein. I wanted to do kind of the sweet fragrances, right? Those gourmand fragrances, those fragrances that just are almost edible, if you will, right? Fragrances that are very sweet, but also work for those intentional type of situations, those intentional type of nights and opportunities. All right. So I believe I've got 9 of them. Maybe see if I can find a 10th one, but I've got 9 of them that I know right now we'll pull out and we'll bring out to you. First one up is one that is very new to my collection, but is one that has already started cracking the top 10 as far as from the house that it's from for me. That is from the house of Lattafa. This one is Teriaq Intense. Teriaq Intense. This one is just, this is just sweet. It's just, but it's not a sickly sweet, but it is a very sweet. You've got, I think bergamot up top. You've got cinnamon. You've got a plum liquor there, the amber, the tonka bean, all of that's in here. This is just a nice, could work definitely for evening. Well, definitely works for evening, I should say, but definitely could work for a date night type situation. But is a nice fragrance as far as just being a nice sweet one. Teriaq Intense definitely makes the list as far as if you're looking for a sweet fragrance for the Valentine's Day time frame, if you will. All right, next one up is one that, if you put nose on both of these, let me know what you think. I personally think that this is almost similar, not a clone, not a cover, not even sharing a lot of the same notes, if you will, but they smell alike. I'm talking about Lattafa's Khamrah. This is one, again, you'll hear me, my wife refers to this one as Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This is just gourmand in a bottle. This is just sweet. Almost sickly sweet in some respects in a bottle. This is just cinnamon. You've got, I want to say, was it pralines in this? This is just a very sweet fragrance, just a seductive fragrance type kind of thing, if you will. Does rock masculine or feminine in my opinion. But this is just one of those sweet fragrances that works in a date night, definitely cooler, colder weather. And something that you may, in fact, I think I wore this last, my wife and I had a dinner that we were going to with some other couples around the Valentine's Day weekend. And this is what I wore. I remember that specifically, but yes, Khamrah is another one that makes that list. All right. Another one that is sweet. This is more for, in my opinion, it still works for date night, but it may be early on in the relationship. Those other two are more like, yeah, we're on a path. This might be more, hey, I'm introducing myself, what have you. This is pineapple brulee, if you will. This is from the house of Lattafa. This is Bade Al Oud, Honor and Glory. This, like I said, is just pineapple brulee, creme brulee type of thing in a bottle. Very sweet, but light sweet. The other two are a little more heavier. This is just a light sweetness that just is there. Really just works very well in my opinion. Still probably works, of course, cooler months. But this is another one that you might want to put on your list as far as a sweet fragrance to check out that you might potentially use for your 4th of July, or excuse me, not 4th of July, what am I thinking? Your Valentine's Day type of time frame. All right. Next one up is one that, so if that one was pineapple brulee, this is lemon vanilla bomb. This is Spectre Ghost. This is their take on Nishane's Ani. And yeah, this is just an amazing fragrance. Admittedly, I think I've mentioned it before. Longevity was not necessarily what I was expecting, but it still definitely works well. Yeah, this, even the lemon vanilla, there's a little smokiness to it. Now that I smell it again, there's a little smokiness to it. Not an overwhelming smokiness. I don't want to give that impression, but it just just touched by some smoke, if you will. Yeah, this right here, I think works definitely for evening time, definitely for another date night. But another one to put on your list, Spectre Ghost by French Avenue. Yeah, by French Avenue. All right. Next one up is one that you've heard me talk about this before. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is, now what's interesting, this and the one that's coming behind it, get comparisons to Parfums de Marly to Altair. This is a little different. It's still that amber vanilla type of a fragrance that just, I've got to put it on here just because the atomizer doesn't really lend a lot, but just, yeah, this is definitely, listen to me fellas, definitely one that could work in that evening, in that romantic type of a situation. Sweet but seductive, but also not too sweet, not too forward with the sweetness, but just enough to kind of be there as an undercurrent. Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Club Black, definitely check that one out. All right, and the one that it kind of gets compared to, this is also, or the one that is also in that vein of Parfums de Marly Altair. This one has a little more of the orange blossom. I'm talking about, of course, Liquid Brun. Liquid Brun, you can see that there. This is probably closer, in my opinion, to Altair. But just a nice sweet fragrance that might work well for your date night, might work well for you hanging out with your girl, with your wife, your boo, whoever it might be, whatever they may be to you. This might work for you as well. Liquid Brun from French Avenue again. All right, got three more. One more that is these kind of, well, this one another one from Lattafa. Asad Bourbon, newer one that just released as of this video, probably about maybe a month ago. This is one that, in my opinion, I don't want to say it's surprising, but it is when I was looking for the bourbon. I'll be honest, I was looking for a bourbon, a really boozy note. It's the bourbon vanilla is where they get it from, right? But I was not expecting this to be where it comes off to me like a sweet designer fragrance. That's what it kind of comes off to me. Not that that's a bad thing. It just was like, it's a little different than what I've come to expect or come to know from a number of Lattafa fragrances. This probably, if you were to repackage this, put this in a bottle from, let's say, Azzaro in the Most Wanted line, put it in maybe the Invictus Victory line, somewhere in there, this might feel at home. This might feel right at home, just because it gives me that sweet designer fragrance type of a vibe. Definitely one that I think would work. In fact, I have one that's for a date night, so it would be apropos for it to be for a Valentine's date night out. Something else to put on your radar. Again, Asad Bourbon from Lattafa. Couldn't have this list without talking about this one. This one is, to me, almost a no-brainer. This is definitely a fragrance that belongs on this list. It goes without saying, but it is from the Stronger With You line. It is Stronger With You Intensely. This is another just sweet dates fragrance. I think it's dates. Yeah, I forgot what's in here, but you got a nice, sweet, seductive fragrance with this one as well. This just screams, listen, let's get something going. Stronger With You Intensely, definitely a fragrance to have for your Valentine's Day, have for your night out with your special person. That's not your typical date nights. For me, date night typically means spicy, or warm spicy, but this definitely works and has worked for some of my date nights as well. Again, Stronger With You Intensely, Imperial Armani. And then the last one is one that definitely also works. This one is basically a beast mode as far as performance. This one lasts a long time. It projects very well. You don't need a whole lot of sprays with this one. It is from Paco Rabanne, or just Rabanne. It is Invictus Victory Elixir. This one, you've got just a nice vanilla bomb, if you will. Not an overwhelmingly sweet, but enough of there that you have the sweetness there, mixed with the other things that are in there. This does a great job of just laying there, sitting there, Does not take a whole lot. Again, this does not take a whole lot of sprays. This can do what it needs to do in just a few things. Going out, this is more probably like, if I'm thinking of the environment, this was a little more, not as formal, if you will, as maybe a couple of these others might be. This is more laid back as far as just the environment that you might be doing for Valentine's Day, but definitely can work for that type of an environment and that type of an occasion. All right, that's it. I gave you 9, I think it was 9. You count. All right, but it was 9 fragrances that are on the sweet side for your upcoming Valentine's Day event. All right, that's it. That's all I got for y'all this time. Do me the favor, of course, stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. And then also make sure you are hitting that like, hitting that subscribe, requesting notifications, and sharing. And then meet me in the comments. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.